we've got another game trailer and then gameplay footage to react to, and it's called Zoopunk. This is another game I'm looking forward to getting this year. So I still haven't done my full list of games I'm looking forward to playing / getting this year, but this is definitely one of them. It's up there. It's alongside Saros and Wolverine and Phantom Blade Zero. So without any further ado, let's proceed, shall we?
Ray ventured into OG's territory alone. You sure you thought this through?
Thinking is your job. Doing is mine.
Wonder if the crystals mean anything in-game.
That spark didn't come easy, Ray.
Yeah, a few bumps along the way. But I got it.
You really fixing to gamble with it?
And I wonder if you can
One for
move
five.
around the environment
It's
with
worth
the
a
hover
shot.
bike like he's doing right now in the trailer.
Ain't you worried something might go wrong?
Wrong. I'm counting on it.
Nice. Looks like it's a big, huge open world. Nice. I hope you get to get his weapon later once you beat his ass.
It's mine now.
Nice.
Finish him.
This should make a cool Pixar movie. Nice, man. This is looking good. Combat system looks good. Nice finishes. There's a little gory too. That's good.
Give it back.
So you can evade, you can dash left, forward, backwards. Okay.
Walked right in himself, huh?
That's disgusting.
It's all yours now, boss.
Good work. Now with this, even the Machine Legion doesn't stand a chance against me.
Like the Infinity Gauntlet thing. Nice. Nice. This is one thing I tend to address or point out a lot when it comes to fight scenes. I want to take it back a little bit, please. Just watch how these guys react to the rabbit breaking away from his chains. Yeah, just watch the motion of each character bit by bit, right? Or each villain. Right here. See how he's already kicked this guy to the left. He's already taken down this dude. This dude to the right is already reacting by reaching for his weapon. This dude right here in the middle is already going for him from the back. I love that response time with surrounding villains. It just keeps the pace, on point. Sometimes some cartoons or movies or shows, animations, or even game, the choreography is so slow that it doesn't feel natural. Whereas this one, they know what he's capable of. They know who he is. He's bonded or he's in shackles. He does something, releases his arms, takes one guy down, and the other people are responding in quick time, as quick as possible. You can make it fast, but it's better than most of the choreography that I see. And I did a video a while back, I don't know if it was this year or last year, talking about the movie Sisu, the fight coordination or the fight choreography in Sisu. And people loved that movie so much. I was like, that fight scene doesn't make any sense to me. Your mercenaries, your soldiers, your killers, your people who don't want to get killed, who don't want to get shot, who don't want to get wounded. So your response time should reflect that whole, hey, we've all got guns here. I don't want to get shot, so I need to pull mine out and shoot you quick, or even a knife, or find a way to tackle someone, especially when you have guns. The first thing you can do is shoot a person or a target real quick. If you're worried about a machine gun spraying the bullets, then use your pistol. But your response time has to reflect that urgency of, because you don't want to die what are you willing to do to this one target that's attacking your comrade or comrades as you stand there? So if you just take it back one more time, just watch the response time, at least between the guy to the rabbit's left, but to our right as we're watching the screen. He takes big guy down. Look at that one. Second guy behind him. Third guy is moving in. So this, as soon as he takes this guy down, this guy here is coming for him already. Then this dude in the middle is reacting whilst the homeboy is reaching out for his sword behind him. So I just love that so much. Some people don't pay attention to little details like this, but people like me, we do. Especially after all this talk of the Raid movie and whatnot. It just makes the world feel real. So no one is sluggish, even though they're all big, they're still responding to a threat that is right in front of them. It's a natural thing to do. You're not watching the guy take your friend down and go, oh, goddamn. Then you react and pull out your sword. No, you just seen him move like, hey, whoa. As soon as you see him move, your response time is straight for the weapon. Now, granted, I would say they should all have their weapons out, at least just in case. But you could argue that, well, he's in shackles, he's in chains. So why do we need to have our weapons out? But just in case he breaks away, because he's a shifty rabbit, man. We've had him captured before. He's killed most of our guys. So just in case, if you sneeze funny, I'm clipping your ears, just to keep that ferocity going. Now, I don't know what rating the game is, but just to keep that world real, to say, hey, this guy is a slippery fox, man. He's a sly one. So we don't want anything happening. As he's standing right now, he's probably untangling the shackles for all we care. So just tase him just for fun, So the response time here is sexy, man. Beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful.
What?
There's another thing I'm curious about when it comes to the game. Nice. 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 I love this. I love this very much. So it looks like you can switch between the three characters. It seems like it's optional as well. It's not mandatory. And if whenever you're playing with either character, it seems like the other two are being controlled by AI. I wonder if that's how you move through every level, or sometimes some levels require the main character, because it seems like we're following the main character, which is the hare or the rabbit. And if that's the case, I wonder if you have like maybe 50% of the game run only by the main character, which is the rabbit, and then the other 50 would be where you get to choose or swap out between the three different characters. And I also wonder, when it's a team effort like this, some levels require you to have the three on the scene, and then some other levels require you to pick one of each of the character to traverse. I wonder if there's a system within the game that says once you've beaten each level with the required characters, you can run through the level again with each individual character for like extra playability or extra replay value. Or like you can run through the main mission with the rabbit and other missions that require the team, and then other missions that require specific characters. And then once you're done beating the game, then the game rewards you by saying, okay, now you can run through each level with each character, despite the story. And I'm saying that also to say, what if, just like Resident Evil 4 recently, right? Or is it Requiem or whatever? And other games as well, where there are certain things in a level that you approach with your main character that you can't interact with because you don't have the right tools or gadgets or weapon to access an area or break a crate or to interact with a secret location. You might need the big guy. And because you're going through the game for the first time, it's like, don't worry, you get a chance to come back to that level and use the big guy. And then you get a chance to crawl through a vent or something and use a small chipmunk lady. So I'm hoping that element is also within the game, because that'll make for a fun replay for sure. I know I'll fully appreciate that. I would fully appreciate that. Like I always sing praises for Devil May Cry Dante's Awakening, one of the best Devil May Cry gaming experiences I've had, where you play through the game with Dante, and you can play it on easy, hard, extra hard, and you go through the extra hard just to get the Super Dante. And then the first playthrough, depending on who or how you play it, I don't think it's designed where you can fully upgrade your weapons. It's one of those things where you're encouraged to play through the game again, either on the same mode you played it for the first time or a higher mode, and that gives you the second chance to fully max out the weapons you have or the weapons you're used to and familiar with and you prefer. And then maybe a third playthrough, you get to fully max out every weapon. And then after you're done with that, you get to play as Lady, as Trish, and also as Virgil. Dude, that is one of the highest levels of replay value I've seen in the game outside of Ratchet and Clank, especially OG Ratchet and Clank. You didn't need any DLC. You didn't need any patch download, 6 months time. Cause that shit always frustrates me, always gets on my freaking nerves how a game can't just build in the New Game Plus system within itself, just like Devil May Cry. You get to play through the game after you beat it on easy, and each time you beat a new mode, unlocks, keeping you entertained, keeping you playing the game again. It's perfection in my opinion. For people like myself, it's perfection.
You ain't lying.
If Capcom said they were going to remake that game for the PS5 console or the PS6, I'll be so ready because there'll be a lot of things they could improve upon. And I'm seeing games like Phantom Blade Zero, and those games are they've taken the good bits from Devil May Cry and then they've expanded on it and made it their own. So I'm always here for games that say, I love that franchise, I love that brand, I love the fighting system of this thing. So when someone says, oh, this game feels like God of War, for me, that's a plus. Because God of War, Devil May Cry, Ghost of Tsushima, Sekiro, Onimusha, those games have left a mark in the gaming industry, in our psyche, in our minds. Where we play a game, it feels like we're the character. When our minds say move, the response time between our thoughts and the control and the character is all in sync. There's no wishy-washy, there's no dilly-dally, there's no sluggishness. So I love characters that move swiftly. The response time is on point. It's snappy. It feels robust. It feels like you're really ripping into the characters you're beating up with your weapon, whatever tool you're using. So any game that has an inbuilt system of New Game Plus allowing you to enjoy the world that you've been thrusted in over and over and over again, I welcome that. Like Ratchet and Clank had the inbuilt system of once you're done with the game, you can start again from the beginning with your current weapons or a new set of weapons, or you go for an upgraded stats of the weapon. So you're encouraged to play through the game a second time so you can fully maximize your weapon. And each time you maximize your weapon, you have a gold edition of that weapon as well. So it's beautiful. Beautiful. And it then tells you, oh, by the way, it's more challenging now because the enemies are going to be a lot stronger than they were the first time around you played the game. Giving you a stepped up level of challenge, even though whatever mode you played on, easy, normal, hard, it's saying this is a New Game Plus mode. So the enemies are going to be like 25% stronger than usual. Beautiful. Yeah. So it's not making it like baby easy for you, but it's giving you the chance to tackle stronger enemies and still improve your skill on each weapon or your preferred weapon. And then you get to maximize your weapon like the 3rd or 4th level and reach a Gold Master Edition. One of the sexiest ways to keep your audience satisfied and playing your game, looking forward to the next run. Once you keep that momentum and pattern going, when people hear your studio is working on another version of this game, they look forward to it. One thing I will say though, I wish that they take something from this. I love Ratchet and Clank, but I feel his character model is too small. I love what they're doing with this rabbit character and the other two characters, the big guy and the squirrel. I really dig that. I feel they should have, if you want to keep Ratchet that same size, cool. I feel you can also, introduce us to a larger, expand your universe and introduce us to other Lombax characters who are a lot bigger, who are a lot taller, who have the same form as this rabbit here. Dude, I feel especially if you give him weapons like the rabbit, maybe a gun or two, but Ratchet's thing is the wrench and the guns. But imagine giving another Lombax character maybe a bionic arm where he does moves like Nero's bionic enhancements or attachments, and he's got, you know, maybe maybe three weapons like Dante. Dude, you can't go wrong. You just can't go wrong with that kind of game. It'd be so awesome to have.
That's right.
So I'm hoping one day Insomniac gets to do that. But before that day comes, where it's going to be 10 years from now, I'm looking forward to Zoopunk because they're doing what I wanted Insomniac to do with Ratchet and Clank. So I'm assuming the big guy is the only one who can carry the bigger weapons, which makes sense. Nice. Let me take that back. Freaking love that. Take that back. Hold on a second. Special moves like that look nice. The squirrel can really move fast, man. Nice. I wonder if you can do like special combo attacks on specific on the villains once you have the three characters on screen. Nice. 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 I know I'm going to be spamming the hell out of that. Zoopunk. So this is their home base. I remember when I saw the trailer, they were saying this is their home base, which is like a lobby, I guess. But I wonder if you can fly your hover bike from ground level into the sky, into the clouds, and then access, you know, the HQ like that without a cutscene though. It'd be cool to do that. I feel by now, maybe when the PS6 comes out, and I imagine someone in the comment section we said that there's a game like that where you can traverse a whole map, a whole planet, or multiple planets in the solar system. Cool, but I don't feel they move how I would like them to move. And I also wonder if at some point you can control that hover ship as well and move it into different planets or whatever. I don't know, but it'd be cool. I mean, these consoles are costing so much money. You better start making us warp reality and travel to different planets. So all these games, they look nice, but you can't keep charging so much money for these consoles and the games are still grounded and it takes a while for you to move from point A to B because the map is loading. I'm so done with that. Every time a new console comes out or there's a PS Pro version, I've not bought any PS Pro since they introduced that stupid nonsense. To each their own. To each their own. But for me, if your games do not have that capacity or the content of your game is not as huge as I feel and I know it can be, I'm not wasting any money on the Pro Edition. You're just about lucky we buy the consoles. Charging so much. Stupid. So it looks like it's a cutscene then. So I guess you jump on your hover bike, you hit HQ, the animation plays through, then it's a cutscene, and then you're back on where you can control the character.
This time, Ray.
If Tron hadn't planned ahead and sent us as backup, you'd be done for.
Mission done? Let me take a look.
All accounted for. What's next?
It's time to save Torch City.
Nice. So it looks like some levels you will be playing as a 3. Oh, you even get to fight bosses as okay. So I guess I was right the first time then, where I was saying some levels will require you to play as one of the 3 characters, like a semi-mandatory thing, which is good as long as they all play well. And I till this day I will praise any company or studio that puts you in a world where you get to play as 3 different characters and they all feel unique to the extent where you're anticipating playing as either of them anytime. You're looking forward to playing as the other character whilst you're playing as. So you're playing as a rabbit right now. You're like, this is cool, but I can't wait to play as the big guy. When you're with the big guy, I can't wait to play as a squirrel, and vice versa. I feel if you can you do that well, you have a freaking close to perfect game in your hand.
He ain't lying.
I think the 4th Onimusha did that as well with different characters, and it was fun to play as the boxer guy, There's another character. The second Onimusha game, you played as the samurai with a dual wielding weapon, and then the French guy with the whip, and it was cool. And I praise them for doing that. But I always thought to myself, okay, you want to make your characters feel very, very unique, and you don't want and different at the same time, but you don't want to make one really fast and make one really slow, because you definitely miss the main character or the first character or the fast character. That's why I love Devil May Cry, especially with Dante and Virgil, because you know what experience you're going to get with Virgil. Dante is fast, but Virgil, dude, he moves like air. And I know there are some people out there who will say they prefer Virgil over Dante and vice versa, whereas I love them both. I love them both. I do feel you can upgrade Virgil's weapons at least, because his weapons are very, very limited. And that's the only thing I don't like. That Beowulf over and over again. Whereas Dante gets new weapons each time he fights, new demons, depending on what game version you're playing. And some weapons stick around, like the Ebony and Ivory and the shotgun, the rocket launcher, they stay. Some other, what do you call this thing? Some other projectile weapons, change over time. Rebellion stays the same. Sword of Sparta stays the same. There's another one there, and there's sometimes new-ish weapons. I feel the next Devil May Cry game should at least bring in all the OG weapons, create new combat systems for each weapon, and one thing I'll add is variety. Once you create variety and each weapon feels unique enough, you have an audience. You can choose whatever weapon you feel comfortable with. Look at Ratchet and Clank. Out of all the crazy weapons, we all have our favorites, but they at least give you a choice to say, which ones do you want to use? And I imagine there's some players that cycle at least between 4 or 5 weapons when it comes to Ratchet and Clank. So any game that gives you that freedom and choice, opportunity and option to say, here's the world, traverse it how you feel called to, or how you feel how you feel comfortable to do so. But there are some challenges ahead. So master the weapons you've picked and observe your bosses and your enemies and know how to move within those weapons. Unless you create specific weapons for specific bosses, then I guess. But I always want to give kudos to game developers that give you options and multiple choices, always. Yeah, looking forward to this, man. Coming out this year. No release date though, just the year 2026. I'm surprised I haven't even seen new gameplay footage outside of this trailer in the next video I'm about to react to.
A few moments later.
This is why I was wondering whether or not we can traverse the map with the hover bike. And if that's the case, that'll make for a good traversal experience. Kratos has the boat or the canoe. Dante just, the game progresses the characters and move along. So it's unless it's like a Lord of the Rings game. What other game have I played? You get to use a horse, maybe Assassin's Creed, but I can't remember a game outside of the Star Trek game, and I didn't play that one, where you can traverse the world you're in with the hover bike. Now, if this was like Metal Gear Solid, then yes, you have a Jeep, you have a truck, you have a tank. You don't have a motorcycle, do you? No, I don't think Metal Gear Solid Phantom Pain ever introduced a motorcycle to use. And even as I'm saying that, it feels like a no-brainer, yet the studio didn't do that. And I wonder if the new one has done that recently. I haven't played the new one yet, and I'm not in a hurry to play it. Metal Gear Solid just feels like a world where you can have so much fun, but it's always limited by the story and the lore, which is cool. But I'm saying the world you've created, this space that we are occupying, just like Phantom Pain. Phantom Pain. I would have loved to traverse that world with a freaking motorcycle or hover bike. So imagine a world like that. You thrust in this rabbit character and you give him a hover bike. Dude, it'll be so much fun just to move around the environment.
That's right.
It'll make it easier and fun just to traverse the environment just like that. Ghost of Tsushima, you use a horse. Ghost of Yotei, a horse. But imagine a world like Ghost of Tsushima, like some weird amalgamation of the past meets the distant future, and you get to ride a hover bike in that time period of Ghost of Yotei and Ghost of Tsushima. Where are the ideas, man? Where are those cool, wacky, but yet well thought out ideas where it's like we're merging these two different worlds, but the gameplay is awesome, the story is awesome, so voila. Anyway, I guess that's just me, man. And all this talk of AI, that's why I don't partake in this AI dribble or AI lusting over AI can do this. You guys haven't made a game. The concept I've just mentioned, there's no studio alive on console. I don't care about that PC nonsense. On console that has created a functioning game that runs at 2000 FPS God mode, and it plays smooth, no glitches, no hiccups here and there. And the world I've just mentioned exists where you can traverse an ancient time period of Japan with a futuristic hover bike. Where is that game? AI, but yet you guys are not doing anything with it. And yet you want to charge extra amount of money for a console and then have the balls to drop a pro version of that console 3 to 6 months after, but yet your games don't match what you're charging for the consoles. All right, I have to skip past the trailer because this video as well shows the same trailer gameplay footage I reacted to earlier on. So hopefully we get to see a different hopefully we get to see a different part of the game. So it's a cutscene then.
If Tron hadn't planned ahead and sent us as backup, you'd be done.
I thought I heard Tron the first time I reacted to the video.
Done? Let me take a look.
All accounted for. What's next?
Oh, I just noticed that the big guy has a prosthetic heart. Wow, I didn't notice that the first time around. Damn. I mean, it's not that it wasn't there, but I'm paying more attention. I love the squirrel's outfit. I wonder if she's more. It's like they're mixed with cyborg / organic stuff. Interesting.
It's time to save Torch City.
I wonder if there's a problem here because his sword. But then again, this is like, is it previs or this is like early, an early build, right? But his two swords don't, maybe because they're transparent or they're glass. All you're seeing is the coil inside, but I can't see the body, like the framing. The handles are there, but the cylindic shape, I don't know, it's disappeared.
Wait a minute.
Yeah, it seemed like it's the same stuff. I could have sworn there was something new in this video. So the rabbit is taking this guy down, but I thought I could see the squirrel somewhere in this. No, it's just him. So another solo mission then. You guys need to give us a release date, man. Yeah, I knew there was something, what's that called? I knew there was something I saw. I hope you can collect weapons from defeated foes as well. I wonder how his dual weapons work because they look like they're glass, but yet they're drawing blood from their opponents. So I like the evasion. Oh, so okay. You have the squirrel. She's the buff then. Where's the big guy then? There he is. So that means you can prompt your secondary characters to just do regular attacks. I still feel it'd be cool if you could switch between them. It'd be so sexy. I like the way he runs, that anime run. Okay, so no background music, just character play. I wonder if the weapons we have for each character is the only ones we'll ever use in the game. Or we'll get different ones as well. Oh, there's a brawler. Okay, it's got gauntlets. I hope we have some lock-on like target lock on mode, because he's just done 2 to 3 moves where he does it away from the target. I really despise games that make you push your character with the analog stick towards, you know, who you're beating up. Every game on default should have a lock on target, either singular lock on mode or multiple characters and different moves that you can lay your singular attack moves on one character, or area of attack moves as well. Dude, that looked very jarring, where he's slashing and his weapon is this way whilst the target is here. I hate that. I freaking hate that. Okay, that's good. So the weapon is laying right into the target. Oh, she moves like Dante. Nice. That was pretty cool, actually. Right there. It's like, who is the attack going to? And even though this dude moved, then maybe the person who is doing the demo didn't use a different attack. I feel that attack should be when this guy is stunned. But if your target can sidestep like that, then why are you using a very vertical attack? You're better off doing horizontal moves that can cover a wider area or circumference of you. When you're doing it very linearly like that, and he's sidestepping, you're open to getting your ass beat. So that was a guard break. That was pretty cool. Yeah, this combo looks like it's laying right into his center. I like this. The way she's moving, it's pretty cool. So charge shots, multiple shots. Nice. Oh, you can run faster. Is that it? The same scene again? I haven't fully seen this video. Where's the music coming from? I might mute that.
So this is the AI toy you mentioned before.
This is not only a toy, it's animal intelligence.
Holy.
Animal intelligence. Oh, artificial intelligence. I see what you did there with the AI.
Really?
Nice. So this is supposed to be in-game?
Yeah.
Did you draw the thing just now? This has a very high artistic value.
Let's do it.
Do you like to have your vehicle looks more special? You can both change the painting and draw a sticker.
Draw a sticker. I'm assuming the sticker is limited to what's in the game. It'd be awesome if you could get a sticker from outside of the game, but then again, people would abuse that.
Begin.
So that's a HQ for sure then. It'd be cool if you could mix and match the stickers to create something unique as well. Is that it?
Hello, I'm Zhang Tao from Tech Games. We're excited to share a brand new tech demo for our upcoming game. I will show you how Nvidia is, in comparison with a powerful diffusion mode, can add a new dimension to in-game customization. We call our game world Zoopunk. It combines animal characters and the Cyberpunk aesthetic. A key location in Zoopunk is the Chang's kitchen. This one.
A key location
that flat in the sky.
This looks pretty cool actually. The shadows and the detail is nice. The green, I love the crease. Love his swords. This is really cool. I really hope you can change the weapons each character uses. Like maybe get 2, like 3 in total, or maybe you just upgrade the weapon and then you can do different moves and different color effects on your targets.
A heroic rabbit named Rant
to
play in this game.
So he's the main character we play as then. He's got some swag.
Hi, Buck. Sorry to keep you waiting.
There you are, my old friend.
Oh, hold on a minute. He just voice activated the cutscene?
I've got a new toy to show you.
There's some progress. I would like to borrow your esteemed place for a moment.
Using a combination of several AI technologies, we will craft an NPC that can communicate naturally with the player. A speech mode listens to the player's voice and translates the word in text. Then a language mode passes the text to understand the player intention and generate the NPC response. We also use AI to give a voice to the NPC and animate the facial expression with lip sync use Nvidia ACE. With the power of the GeForce RTX GPUs, all the modes run on the user PC, not on cloud.
Is this a PC only thing?
Check
If
it
so,
out.
then that's cool.
A
I'm not
brand
fussed
new
because
landing
I
ship.
don't
It's taken a while to build, but we're
I
nearly
don't
ready now.
feel.
That's amazing. What should I do with it?
You're just in time to help give it the perfect paint job. How do you want the ship to look? You can customize the background color with a pattern if you'd like, and add a badge with your logo.
How about the painted?
Okay, so he's doing it on PC because I can see the escape button at the far right corner.
No problem.
Far
Let's
bottom
get
right
started.
corner of the screen. I mean, this is neat, but I hope it's just PC only. I don't feel you need all this extra noise for console. I just want to play the game, enjoy the world, experience the enjoy the story, experience the
Let's try other one. How about
the lore, and that's it. I don't really want to do
with stars.
extra talk to the guy. I mean, it's neat.
Sure.
But
Here you
if you didn't introduce this part, I wouldn't have been like, oh, this game looks so cool. What would be extra nice is if you could talk to the AI or you could talk to one of your NPC characters. It's cool, but it's not something I'm clamoring for personally.
Do you like it? Would you like to do more?
Do you have any more surprise for me?
Of course. Check out this lightning pig sticker. You can design your own logo like I did. What would you like on your badge?
Let me try. A panda wearing sunglasses.
A
Great
panda
idea.
wearing
go.
sunglasses. I like the music. So wait, are you limited to like a list of animals and a list of let's say there's sunglasses, aviator glasses, regular glasses, no glasses, and that's the option you have already, and you're just voice choosing that the same way you would choose it with your controller. So you're not necessarily just out of thin air saying a panda with the scar of Kratos. Like, can it do that? If you say a panda wearing sunglasses with also the scar of Kratos, but twice, like will the AI then do that, or is it limited to? Because like, will it tell you, oh, that's not in our parameters, or we don't have those? So I can say a panda with 9,000 eyes. Damn. And because it's not designed into the game, I can say whatever the hell I want, but the AI system won't design that. So there's clearly some level of limitation, because anybody can say, I don't know, a panda with three boobies. Like Total Recall, you know, anybody would just say some nonsense. So it makes sense that they will have some limitations, and you're given a list of things to pick from. Now, what I think is cool is that if you have 1,000 animals, 1,000 outfits, and 1,000 tools and items, you can cross combine any one of them. That'd be awesome. So if it's, let's say you have 100 animals and you have like appendages or extra things like deer horns or antlers or goat horns, ram's horns, cow horns, bull horns, just in separate cataloging. And I'm like, okay, a panda with goat horns and bat wings wearing glasses, and it gets to pick from the list that already exists within its own system and combines them to one thing. Now that will give that uniqueness, because not everyone will pick the exact list of things you're going to pick. And there might be a limit to how many items you can combine, like from the animals, the extra added, and then the cosmetics and whatnot. And then even the color scheme doesn't make sense that you would limit that. So I could have like just a panda and maybe their facial expressions as well, or emotional expressions. A sad panda, a crying panda, a happy panda, an angry panda, a sleepy panda. So it's staying within the panda, the animal, and then the different expressions or emotional expressions as well, or feelings. So that I dig that already. And if that's something that's also within the game without having to only be limited to the PC, that's also cool. Because I know for sure they don't have the balls to make this thing go outside of the game parameters, and it makes sense to do that, because otherwise you won't be able to stream this or even upload any video if you start saying vulgar things. So I can give them kudos for it, but is it needed? Hell no.
Can you draw a sticker of me?
Of course.
How is he going to do that? Oh, Rayton. I thought he meant him, the guy who's
It's a handsome rabbit. I think everything is good.
So you're talking as Rayton, the character. My
You can
bad.
change your paint scheme and badge anytime, and my AI can help you with even more ideas.
Your AI?
Animal intelligence.
Yes. Animal intelligence. It will bring you infinite possibilities.
Corny but good. It works. It makes
You'll
sense.
see.
It makes sense. Infinite possibilities, but
Let me check.
it's still with it. It's got to be within
skin
specific
for
parameters.
this
I'm
starship.
really digging the way he looks. I don't know if this is like super graphics or if it's running on some specific system that when the full release comes out, it won't look this good. It better look this good or better. But I like that. I like the coloring. I like the texture and this jacket and the shading
To the power
and the
of
creases.
AI and the Nvidia Ace, players can now customize their items in game to express their individuality. This changes everything for user-generated content in games. The player doesn't need to be a great artist. Their only limit is their imagination. Thank you.
Okay, I like that. You're trying to tell me you can do anything you want without limitations? You guys have parameters, man. There's got to be parameters in place. Because he mentioned user-generated content. So that means when you're streaming and whatnot. Is that it? That's it. That's pretty cool. This is one game I'm looking forward to this year for sure. I hope they haven't pushed it to next year, man. Because like I said in one of my previous videos, I miss the good old days where you could buy 4 games in 1 year and keep renting and repeat those same 4 games. You can have 1,000 games that come out in 1 year, but 4 of those 1,000 games is what you feel called to or pulled to, and those games are epic. I miss those days. So the list of games coming out this year, I gotta sit down real soon, get that list compiled so I can record that video and talk to y'all. I'm looking forward to this. This has potential for sure. The AI thing, the animal intelligence thing, I'm not too fussed with. I dig it as a cool gimmick, but as something that I was like, oh, I didn't even know you could do this. So I'm more looking forward to seeing what I could do with it. In the back of my mind, I'm like, there's got to be some limitations because like I said, a panda with 3 boobies, just like Total Recall, and we know they're not going to do that unless the game is rated R. But then you're going to start doing some vulgar things, and there's got to be a limit to what you can and cannot do because children are going to be seeing these videos if you put them on YouTube.
That's right.
Or TikTok or Twitch or X or Twitter, whatever you want to call these apps these days. You don't want to be doing vulgar things. So I feel the game developers would have to put some checks and boundaries on what you can create. You're using words like infinite. Your limitation is your imagination, where some people have some very, very wild, freaky, nasty imagination. So I feel it makes sense that you put a cap on what you can and cannot create. So let me know, peeps, in the comments below, which are you looking forward to this game? Is this your thing? Are you a Ratchet & Clank fan as well? And what in this game, what excites you about this game and what doesn't excite you about this game? The AI thing doesn't really excite me. It's cool, but everything else I'm looking forward to. I'm hoping you get to play through the game multiple times with each character, and meaning, for example, even though some levels are locked story-wise to a specific character, once you're done with the game, I'm hoping you can run through the whole 20 levels, for example, with just the big guy. Even though you have the AI of the other characters come in, I'm just saying, I hope you can just stick to that main character saying, yeah, I'm done. I finished the game. Now there should be the option of loose play where you're like running through each level with the big guy and another play with the rabbit all the way through and another play with the squirrel all the way through. And certain things that the big guy can do that the squirrel cannot do. I hope there's some tools or appendages or different items that can be swapped around between characters to do what the other character can do to traverse the map. Maybe that's just me, overthinking it or thinking too much. But hey, like he said, your your limit is your imagination. So I'm looking forward to playing it either way. Even the things that I mentioned, if they don't implement them in the game, it's still gravy. I love games like this. Ever since Ratchet Clank, I've been like, yeah, they should be making more games like this on the regular. Especially drawing inspiration from games like Ghost of Tsushima or Onimusha, the OG Onimusha. I don't know about the new one lately. Or even Devil May Cry. It just makes sense. Or God of War. Anyway, peeps, that's me done. Let me know, like I said, if you're looking forward to this game. And what other games you're looking forward to this year on console or PC or handheld. I've, of course, been your one and only multi-potentialite, neurodivergent host, Cosmic Jedi, signing out. Thank you for watching.